A massive alien drinks a strange black liquid and sacrifices himself, dissolving into a waterfall, his DNA breaking apart, creating life on Earth. Humanity may have been engineered. Thousands of years later, humans go searching for their creators. And what they find was never meant to be discovered. Scientists Elizabeth Shaw and Charlie Holloway discover ancient cave paintings across multiple civilizations. Each one shows humans pointing toward the same star system. Different cultures.
I think they want us to come and find them.
They believe these beings, the engineers, created humanity and invited us to find them. A $1 trillion mission is launched. The ship is called Prometheus. Arrival at LFE 223. In the year 2093, the crew awakens after 2 years of travel. Their destination? A lifeless moon called LV223. The mission is funded by Wayland Corporation, whose dying founder wants to meet humanity's creators.
I am long dead. May I rest in peace.
But someone else is watching everything. David, an android, observing humans, learning their behavior, waiting.
My name is David.
The alien structure. Inside a massive alien structure, the team discovers a giant severed head, clearly not human. Carbon dating reveals the impossible. These beings died 2,000 years ago, but they were supposed to meet humanity. Then they discover rows of black liquid containers, carefully stored like weapons.
Beautiful painting.
It's a mural.
Suddenly, holograms activate. Engineers running, terrified, being chased by something inside, something they created.
There it is.
Oh my God, Charlie. We found them.
What do you mean, then?
David secretly takes a sample of the black liquid.
Big things have small beginnings.
Later, he places a drop into Holloway's drink. No warning, no explanation.
Here's mud in your eye, pal. Good health.
Soon after, Holloway becomes violently sick. His body is breaking down at the genetic level. He begs to be killed. He is burned alive to stop whatever is growing inside him. This substance doesn't create life, it mutates it. While the rest of the crew retreats to the ship, 2 members remain inside the alien structure. Biologist Milburn and geologist Fifield. They're already uneasy. Their mapping drones have gone offline. Their sense of direction is gone. And the structure seems to shift, like a living maze. The lighting flickers. The temperature drops. They realize they are no longer alone. Inside a chamber filled with black liquid residue, they discover movement. At first, it looks harmless. A thin, pale, snake-like organism emerges from the ground. It resembles the worms they saw earlier, but something is wrong. Its skin is translucent, stretched tight, pulsing, as if something inside is constantly rearranging itself. Milburn, the biologist, becomes fascinated instead of afraid. He kneels down slowly, speaking to it gently, treating it like a curious animal. He reaches out his hand. That is the worst decision anyone makes in this mission. The creature suddenly snaps upright, expanding violently, its body stretching like elastic, its mouth opening into multiple splitting segments. It doesn't bite, it strikes. It wraps around Milburn's arm with crushing force, tightening like a hydraulic cable, snapping bone instantly.
You're making it worse! It's tightening! It's breaking my arm!
His suit tears open. The organism forces itself into his throat. He convulses, choking, helpless, dragged to the ground as the creature burrows deeper. Nearby, Fifield panics, slips, and falls face first into pooled black liquid. His helmet cracks. His exposure begins immediately. Milburn stops moving, but the creature doesn't leave. It continues growing, feeding, mutating, becoming more aggressive with every second. This is not a natural organism. It is a weaponized life form, designed to invade, infect, and transform. Back aboard the Prometheus, Elizabeth Shaw's condition deteriorates rapidly. At first, it's subtle. A wave of nausea, sharp abdominal pressure, sudden disorientation. She assumes it's stress, exhaustion, radiation exposure from the alien environment. But the pain doesn't fade. It intensifies. Her body temperature spikes. Her breathing becomes shallow. Her abdomen begins visibly swelling within minutes. She runs a medical scan. The results freeze her in place. She is pregnant. 3 months pregnant, that is biologically impossible. She became intimate with Holloway less than a day ago. Human gestation doesn't work like this. She rechecks the scan. The organism is growing faster every second. Its cellular division rate beyond anything recorded in human biology. And its structure isn't human. Its skeletal formation is asymmetrical. Its internal density fluctuates constantly. Limbs form, then retract, then split again. It's not developing, it's evolving inside her. Panic sets in. She demands immediate surgical extraction. But the automated medical pod rejects her request. It is programmed only for male patients. No pregnancy procedure available. She doesn't argue. She overrides the system manually. Emergency abdominal surgery. Fully conscious. No sedation delay. The machine locks her onto the surgical platform. Mechanical restraints snapping over her arms and legs. Metallic arms descend. Laser incision begins. She screams. Not just from pain, but from the absolute awareness that something alive is fighting to stay inside her. The organism thrashes violently, distorting her abdomen from within. Pushing against surgical instruments, resisting removal. The machine increases restraint pressure. Internal suction engages, and then it emerges. A massive, pale organism, slick with fluid, violently expanding the moment it touches air. It resembles a grotesque hybrid between a cephalopod and a parasite, thick, muscular tentacles whipping blindly, searching, sensing heat, movement, life. It is not an infant. It is already a predator. The machine seals Shaw's wound, but the creature continues growing, doubling in size within moments, slamming against containment walls, testing its strength. She barely escapes the chamber, collapsing, shaking, traumatized beyond comprehension. She has just survived forced self-surgery and given birth to something engineered purely for biological domination. As Shaw struggles to recover, another truth surfaces. Peter Wayland, the billionaire architect of the entire mission, is alive, hidden aboard the ship the entire time. Not a symbolic leader, a dying man, sustained by life support, clinging to existence through sheer technological intervention. His motivation is simple. He believes the engineers created humanity, and anything that creates life must also control death. He wants them to save him. David leads Wayland and the remaining crew deeper into the alien structure, into a chamber untouched for 2,000 years. Inside, they discover a preserved engineer in stasis. The chamber is silent, sterile, sacred. The being is massive, perfectly proportioned, physically flawless, like an idealized biological template for humanity itself. They reactivate the system. The chamber floods with light. The engineer awakens slowly, breathing deeply, eyes scanning, awareness immediate and complete. There is no confusion, no fear, only recognition. Wayland approaches, frail, trembling, desperate. Through David's translation, he asks the question that defines humanity. Why did you create us? And then he asks for more life. The engineer studies him silently. Then, without hesitation, it acts. It tears David's head from his body with effortless strength. It crushes Wayland's skull instantly, as if eliminating a defect. No anger, no speech, just a correction. To the engineers, humanity is not sacred. It is disposable. With Wayland dead, the engineer moves with absolute focus. He is not reacting. He is continuing a mission interrupted 2,000 years earlier. He activates a massive alien spacecraft, one of many stored beneath the structure. Inside, thousands of black liquid containers are arranged in deployment chambers, each one capable of mutating entire ecosystems. Navigation systems activate. Destination coordinates lock. Earth. This facility was never a research station. It was a launch base, a biological weapons platform. The engineers did not invite humanity to meet them. They prepared to erase it. Captain Janik realizes the truth immediately. If that ship leaves the atmosphere, Earth will be infected beyond recovery. No evacuation possible, no cure, no survival. He makes a decision without hesitation. He pilots the Prometheus directly into the ascending alien vessel. A deliberate suicide collision. Impact tears both ships apart in catastrophic fire and debris, crashing across the moon's surface like falling mountains. But even total destruction does not stop what they awakened. Shaw survives the crash, but the engineer survives too. He hunts her relentlessly. He is not emotional, not angry, just executing purpose. She flees into the medical chamber, where the organism removed from her body has continued growing unchecked. It now fills the room. Tentacles thicker than human limbs, coiling, sensing vibration, responding to movement. She releases it. The creature attacks instantly. Tentacles wrap around the engineer, crushing, restraining, forcing a feeding appendage into his throat. Implantation occurs, the engineer collapses. Moments later, his body begins to convulse violently. Ribcage expanding, splitting, something inside forcing its way outward. Bone fractures, skin tears. A new organism emerges. Elongated skull, biomechanical skeletal structure. Predatory form, the earliest stage of the xenomorph lineage. The final product of engineer biology, mutated by their own weapon. Creation has turned against its creator. Shaw is now alone. Her partner is dead. Her crew is dead. Her creators tried to destroy her species. But one question still burns in her mind.
I can't do it. I can't do it anymore.
Why create life? Only to erase it? She finds another engineer ship, intact, functional. She does not return to Earth. She chooses to pursue the engineers, to their origin, their homeworld, not for revenge, for answers. She leaves with only one companion, David's severed head, the being who manipulated events, yet remains the only guide to the truth. Humanity's search for its creators continues. Humanity searched the stars for its origin. What it found was a weapon. Life created by design, shaped by experimentation, threatened with extinction. The creators were not gods, they were engineers. And their greatest creation may be their greatest mistake. This is the story of Prometheus, where the search for life uncovered something far more terrifying: the truth that we were never meant to survive.